Welcome, fellow dreamers. It's CoLabubu time. It's CoLabubu time. And as promised, we are doing another reading. And this one is going to be a very special reading because I've got all of our Rosa Maidens here. And as you can see, Hope will be using what was our inner child deck because she ended up being our inner child, as is Faith, aka Jesus' horse. So, after we've read the main meanings of each card, we will be using both the Butterfly Oracle and the Unicorn Oracle. We were supposed to, DoorDash today, but, those pesky protesters are still in our hotspots. Oh my gosh, how long do they have to do this shit for? I don't know, but why can't something fun come to our neighborhood for once? Why does it always have to be something lame, like a protest or like a disease, you know? Why does it always have to be... why can't something fun come down here, like Pop Mart, for example, or... Disney World. Why can't we have something fun come down here for once? I know, right? Anywho, yeah, we're gonna get into this reading without further ado. Oh yeah, another reason we had to come home is it started raining like fucking crazy. It was raining so hard that my windshield wipers on high would not clear my windshield. And with it being Friday the 13th, obviously enough, we didn't feel safe to partake in driving job. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go with our first pile, Shinku. Don't know if we're splitting these into piles yet. Yeah, the whole thing is supposed to be read out as one message. But we have the Hierophant, who I'm not really sure who this is supposed to be, and the Lovers, because Shinku is doll 5, and she has Hina Ichigo's Rosa Mystica, doll 6. So we're going to read the Hierophant's meaning first, at least for this book. My skin is itchy today. I don't know why, it just started raining and I just started getting itchy. The Hierophant. Le Chevalier C. Auguste Dupin? That's my name too! The protagonist of the murders in the Rue Morgue? Isn't there a magazine by that name? I think so. I've always wanted one of those Rue Morgue magazines. Represents the Hierophant. Dupin is wise and resourceful, and in each of the 3 stories in which he appears, Dupin uses his intelligence, education, intuition, and creativity to put himself into the mind of the criminal. In doing so, he's able to solve the mystery at hand. He sounds like a mix between you and Lorraine Warren. Yeah, I can see that. Guess, we're the new Warrens. No, we are not the new Warrens. We are not gonna go door to door and exorcise demons. Yeah, that shit's dangerous, but, we'll go into that later when we set up Patreon. Gosh, the rain always makes me sleepy. The Hierophant is the master of sacred mysteries, a figure who wants to teach you, counsel you, and bring you back to the basics. He is dogmatic, whatever that means, and wants you to conform to the rules and achieve social approval. Like hell we'll do that, nevermore, remember? Yeah, nevermore. The Hierophant card reversed can indicate loose morals and lack of concern, superstition, or openness to new ideas. Okay. So I feel like I'm just going to keep going because I feel like before I try to come up with an interpretation overall, because I feel like there's an overall message to this. The lovers can represent physical love and strong attraction, perhaps a romantic love or an exciting new friendship. It's never friendship, come on. This card can suggest trust, joy, respect, partnership, and desire. Depending on the other cards in your reading, the lovers can also hint at a balance between your own masculine and feminine energies. Like us. Exactly. Poe's portrayal of love shows more thorns than roses. That's because he had depression. Yeah, probably. And this card depicts the cursed bridal chamber from the story Ligeia, in which a couple can never escape the shadow of the brilliant, beloved wife who died too soon and still haunts their home. Oh gosh, that reminds me of a nightmare I had. A warning nightmare. Still a nightmare nonetheless. Oh my gosh, seeing thorns and roses reminds me of the title Ticks and Roses. There's a fish on the floor. That now every time I see an axolotl, that's all I think of. There's a fish on the floor. If the lover's card is reversed, your emotions may be out of balance and relationships may be in peril. Okay, gonna go to the High Priestess next. No, I'm sorry, we skipped one. Okay, we're going to the Empress next. And, the Empress card actually kind of matches up with Sui Seiseki's appearance. Thought I'd just make note of that. I mean, she doesn't have the twist tails. True. The Empress is a strong, maternal, feminine power. I swear, every book says the exact same fucking thing. I mean, I'm sure it'll have the same meaning most of the time. A card that bodes well for fertility, family, and wealth. This card reflects fruitful and bountiful creative endeavors. I just kind of think it's interesting how each deck has slightly different meanings of each card. If the Empress card appears in your reading, don't forget to mother yourself by being kind, compassionate, and practical. What have I told you? I know. Though his own mother died young, Poe gives credit to the power of motherhood in his poem To My Mother. Because I feel that in the heavens above, the angels whispering to one another can find among their burning terms of love none so devotional as that of a mother. Sounds like something a certain somebody would say. Certain somebody with an unhealthy attachment. An incestuous one at that. Hey, we're not gonna bring him up anymore. Anxiety, infertility, and infidelity infidelity could all rear their heads if the Empress card is reversed in your reading. And, yeah. He's a literal motherfucker. Na 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 na. A motherfucker. Now Stolas is getting on us for stealing his song. Alright. There's Canaria for the next one. And then we have this girl as the High Priestess that kinda looks like her. Miss Bailey, you pretty baby. Yes. If the High Priestess appears in a reading, you're being asked to slow down. I'm an independent woman, I ain't got no time for nothing, can't slow down. Remember that song? Yeah, it popped into my head too. Popped into both of our heads, we share a brain. Okay, retreat, wait thoughtfully, examine your situation, just as Lenore waits for her love to join her in the afterlife. Poe wrote about Lenore in both The Raven and the poem Lenore. The sweet Lenore hath gone before, with hope that flew beside. When this card appears in your reading, you should trust your inner instincts to communicate with you and guide you. Above all, be patient, things will be revealed in time. Even in death our love goes on. You know, because I am kind of a ghost, kind of. The High Priestess... And this is why not even love can do us apart. Exactly, baby. You are stuck with me. I wouldn't have it any other way. Forever and ever. The High Priestess reversed is a sign of shallowness and lack of spiritual connection. Oh, I hate it when it rains. I just get so tired. We'll cuddle after the session. So, next is Jinka. I put the roses back in her hair. And I did put her red shoes back on because the other shoes just didn't fit. I mean, Dorothy was a blue dress and red shoes. True. So, yeah, the roses match her eyes, and they can stay. So we have the full, and we have this little knight guy for strength. So we're going to read the full first. Oh, I'm so tired. The foal represents someone who is naive, trusting, a little gullible, someone like Fortunato in Poe's short story, The Cask of Amontillado. Well, that's not me anymore. Well, you're not locking us in your cellar, motherfucker. There's a select few people I would like to lock in my cellar, though. In the story, a tipsy wine lover dressed as a clown for carnival follows his murderer into the catacombs under the city, where he is tricked and walled in, imprisoned forever. This card denotes youth, simplicity, and ignorance on the precipice of experience. When this card appears in your spread, you are not necessarily cursed like Fortunato, but you are likely at a moment of decision. It would benefit you greatly to pay attention to your surroundings and make a conscious choice about the path you want to take. When the Fool card is reversed, naivety has given way to foolishness. Bad decisions are being made, and faulty choices are at play. Let me find the strength card now. Summer be nice. Shades! The strength card denotes inner power rather than brute force. Like us. Yeah, it's, Adama always says that it's not safe to, have, brute force against things. It's safer to just subtly burn bridges. Agreed. The strength card denotes... Okay. And, something else I would like to add, too, is I always tell her, you know, I always say, you know, when she does retreat inwards, I'm probably not likely to physically fight anybody unless we are cornered. Because we share a physical body, and in order to protect her, I'm going to have to get her body to safety. So that's why I'm more likely to subtly burn a bridge than fight. Another thing, too, is, you know, if the physical body goes down, regardless of who is in control, we both go down at the same time. Yeah. When this card appears in your reading, it is a reminder to tame your inner beast and stay kind. Kind, maybe, but not the doormat, you know. Don't be afraid to tell people it's none of your fucking business if they're pressing. Exactly. Or, you know, tell them you're not comfortable with something. Exactly. Sorry, I keep freezing up. I just get kind of, nervous when it's storming outside. Not a lot of you know this, but I was in a tornado. I survived a tornado that, actually took my grandmother, so, my maternal grandmother, so, yeah. We might want to shut that window at some point. Yeah. Young Metzengerstein, from the Poe story that bears the character's name, graces the strength card. He is a prince, an orphan, who inherits the family fortune at only 18 years of age, while Metzengerstein is cruel and obsessive. He has a little self-control. He is also... Oh, and has little self-control. He is also brave and determined. Reverse. The strength card reversed can represent imbalance, strength, force, bullying, or manipulation. Alright. So, next we have... Kirakishu with the chariot. What horrors is the driver of the chariot escaping? What drives him so furiously through the night? It is impossible to tell, but the card is a sign that you need to keep going, keep pushing through to overcome conflicts and move out of danger and into the light. The driver who can keep the pace will be victorious. This card can symbolize true greatness if the recipient is up for the challenge. Through self-discipline, focus, and determination, you can stay the course and reap the rewards. Reversed meaning, desires may be overtaking you if your reading contains the chariot card reversed. You could represent poor, it could represent poor health and restlessness. Okay, interesting. That's an interesting take on the chariot. Regardless, the chariot is always my favorite. Yeah, the chariot's kick-ass. Okay. So that just leaves us with Suigento, the magician, which is this telltale heart one, and the Emperor. The Emperor kind of looks like somebody. I can't put my finger on who, though. Let me just find magician. Okay. And I find this interesting too, since Suigento did take Soseiseki's Rosa Mystica and it made us sick. Yeah. To the point where she like ended up just letting her go and rethinking things. In Poe's gothic horror story, the telltale heart's meticulous man, convinced of his own dark brilliance, carries out a brutal, well-planned murder and would have gotten away with it had it not been for you meddling kids. Kids ruin everything, for real. Yeah. If not for the incessant beating of his dismembered victim's heart under the floorboards. The magician is represented by this deliberate character because when his card appears in a spread, the recipient is being asked to call on his or her own inner strength and talents, use the tools at hand, stay organized, and execute plans with all the power, control, and ambition of the murderer. Reverse. The magician card reversed can mean disorganized, poor planning, and weakness. Okay. And our last card will be the Emperor. Yep. The Emperor signifies security, stability, and a natural command of the situation. This figure elicits respect and admiration from those around him. The Emperor in your card can represent the rule of law or victory, or it can be an encouragement to step into your own true power. A figure of authority, the Emperor is a natural leader and a father figure with strong paternal and sexual energy. Oh my goodness. The Emperor is represented by Prince Prospero from The Masquerade of the Red Death. A nobleman. Oh, I think I remember that one. Yeah. With firm control over his people, his land, and his life until, that is, the Red Death creeps uninvited into his masquerade ball. Gosh, this reminds me of that My Little Pony fanfic, Something Sweet to Bite. Was that what it's called? With the candy mare? Yeah, it does. I can kind of see that, actually. For some reason, the song, I feel fantastic, hi, 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 is coming to mind. Maybe there's a message about Terror the Android for you? The Emperor card reverse can be a harbinger of emotion, clouding good decisions, immaturity, or the failure to succeed due to an inability to focus. It can also be a warning to distrust someone in authority. Oh shit, well that could be anybody. It's a good thing we trust no one. Except, you know, our little group. Yeah, we haven't named our gang yet, but when we do decide on a name, we sure as hell aren't telling you because y'all will never be a part of it. Okay. Now, we get into the Oracle cards. Yep, we're gonna get into Hope's first, since she came into our lives first. And then we'll get into Faith's. We're gonna pull one card per doll. We're not gonna... Gosh, my throat's dry. I told you to bring a Pepsi over here. Okay, we already got... Damn it. Okay. Okay, so... Shinku initially had a message about worrying about what others think, or keeping our own inner balance. So we have get some rest, which it seems like we're being told to choose us over the world. And that's again with Shinku having to... Shinku does go through like an arc in Rose and Maiden where she is worried about what people think of her, and then she goes to realizing what's really important and dropping her obsession for perfection in favor of family. Okay, so for the Empress, we have finances. Still not entirely clear yet with this message. Maybe it's a message to stop worrying about them so much? Yeah, maybe. I mean, Hope has always been a don't worry type of butterfly. Motivation with the High Priestess. Motivation... Am I supposed to wait until I feel a spark of motivation? So for Jinka's message, it was a mix between the Fool and Strength. Seemed to be an overall don't be so aggressive or an impulsive one. Healthcare change. I will say that I kind of did something I was ashamed of today. There's this channel called The Panic Button. And they, I promised myself I wouldn't get into internet drama again when I started this YouTube channel. But they just bring something out of me. Like, they're just so mean, so nasty, so hateful. And I'm just gonna say it, they're openly transphobic. And they just kind of bully trans people. And it's just kind of... And they're like gross. They're gross about it too. They like say really nasty things. Like, oh my gosh, they are so nasty. Like, I can't even repeat. I don't even want to repeat half the shit they say because it's so gross. They just they bring something out of me. But they were being douchey to some trans woman again, and you know. I did say something, I did leave a mean comment, and I will flat out say that I'm sorry for that, because I promised I wasn't going to give negative energy power anymore, but I told you just need to stop watching them if they make you that mad. I know. But, yeah, they just, I don't know, it just brought something about them just brings something out of me, like, where I just felt the need to say, like, I mean, she's not wrong. You are hateful transphobes, and, you, also look like a couple of grease pigs on a daily basis, because she also insulted their outfits, which seemed to strike a nerve with them when the trans woman did it, but, but, yeah, like, I mean, I don't want to sit here and get on their appearance, but they're just assholes, like, for real. That's what bothers me most about them, is that they are assholes. And I don't, and like they seem to not know that they're assholes either. Like, yeah, that's the thing too. They seem to really not know that they're being douchey. they seem to just, like, they were critiquing one trans woman that was saying, why can't you just be nice? And then she's like, we are being nice, we're being honest. Okay. Alternatively, I mean, you wouldn't just walk up to somebody and say, hey, you're fat. You know, like, that's rude. Okay? I mean, there's a difference in between being honest and just being rude for no fucking reason. You know? Exactly. I mean, for fuck's sakes, like, I treat people personally how I want to be treated, and I leave them the fuck alone. Agreed, that's how I treat people. How I want to be treated, I leave them the fuck alone. As long as people leave me the fuck alone, I'll leave them the fuck alone. Why can't we just leave each other the fuck alone? Anyways, Kirakishu's message, the chariot, her message was to keep going, take the next step now. Take the next step where? Not sure. Starting to get an idea, but I'm not sure. Then we've got the Magician and the Emperor. Okay, we're being encouraged to move forward with something, but carefully. Decisions. Maybe, Faith Steck will shed some more light on it. Yeah, maybe. I hate it when they make the box where you gotta pull the top open, like, I'm worried I'll damage it. To get it all out. Okay, so we got one over here. What? What is he, little girl? Alright. What do you mean? What do you mean, great big foot? What? Okay. So for Shinku, we have not a race rush. Yeah, we are being encouraged to definitely slow down a bit. Move forward, but slowly with something. So, on the finances section, not a butterfly metamorphosis. Okay, we're definitely we're waiting on a transformation. Hey, we'll become a millionaire soon. You remember the tarot reader that said we would have a windfall? Yeah, I do. So, motivation. Not a planet, space. Interesting. Didn't something come up about planets at some point? Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was. What are you doing, Bailey? What? Wake up, Papa Go. So, for healthcare change, we have not a tiger, majesty. Ooh. Okay, it's a spiritual change for sure. In fact, this one will meet our windfall. Potentially. Take the next step now. Not a mountain, stability. Mountain, huh? Miss Bailey. This might be something we have to mull over later. Not a centaur, fighting spirit. Yeah, we might have to mull this one over. Where's the pendulum board? I wanted to do the pendulum. It was over there. There it is. Alright. So, pendulum board. Bailey! Pendulum. I'm gonna give y'all a second to think of a yes or no question. before I drop it. Whoops. Okay, hold on, let me try to... Okay, I think I got it now. Okay, hold on. I wasn't supposed to swing. Alright. Well, there you have it. It's a no. Alright. My throat is dry as fuck. You want some Coke? Maybe later. If you enjoyed that reading, be sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell too. Subscribe for Labubu! Subscribe! Subscribe for Miss Bailey. Happy girl. And, if you'd like to book a personal reading or buy something else, like a custom doll or a handmade crochet project or magical tool, because we do have some of those left, please go down to CoLabubuLandShop and support us poor little Labubus who, can't DoorDash right now because people break into our car and try to steal us. Yeah, I guess people break into our fucking car and try to steal us. But yeah, stay tuned for, ancestral messages tomorrow because, at least we'll try to film it tomorrow. But, yeah, I mean, we're filming this video today, but it might take a while to fucking upload it. I don't know why the upload process has to be such a bitch. I don't know either. But, anyways, stay tuned for the next, ancestral messages reading because me and Adama have a special surprise. And until next time, fellow dreamers, bye! Click the little bell. Click that motherfucking bell.